Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode from Whalejaw 3D. In episode 3, we're going to finish and manifold this object. We're going to achieve a solid rear end, a finished front end, and a roof scoop. By the end, it should look like this, basically. Yeah? Today is Friday the 13th. For me, it's like Groundhog Day. I'm on my third attempt at filming this episode. The first attempt, the screen didn't work. The second attempt, I just forgot to plug in my microphone. So, today's episode is going to be extremely efficient because I've done this model now twice and it's to do it again. So let's get cracking, and we're not messing about now. Let's go. So if you've just joined us and you want to just jump straight in where we are now, you can go to the link below in my description and you can download all the lesson packs. It's currently being made at the moment, so there's probably going to be a lot more available for you. But if you would like to just click lesson 3, basic modeling number 2, it'll open this file up for you, yeah? And we'll carry on from where we left off. Third time's a charm. Oh my days. So the first thing we're going to need to do is, if we look at our reference image that we can't see, so if we back out into object mode, we click this one, it's in the box select, and we just pull it down, you know what I mean? So now we've got a better view of our reference images. We can see we've kind of got like an indentation there, don't we? We need to represent that in our model down here. So if we select our model, press tab, and we go in, and we come up, yeah, we can see that this front end, if we just select these verts here, we can safely say that that needs filling, doesn't it? So if we press F, like that, what we need to do is quickly knife in and carry that geometry over, don't we? Like that. So if we just carry that over, we can now think about sorting out this like wonky front end, because it's obviously a rounded Batman shape, isn't it? So what we need to do is go into the Z mode, and we can immediately see our reference images aren't bang on in the center. So if we go out and select that image, that one there, and we press G on an X, and we just bang it in the middle like that, we can come back in and look at our model. What we need to do is we need to add some more geometry, don't we? So I'm going to add 2 more there, because it kind of like matches in with the rest of the model, doesn't it? So if you right click, let it go. What we can do now is have a look in our top view, and we can see what we need to do. I'm going to pull these out just so I can see them a bit better, you know what I mean? And what we can see we need to do is we need to grab these two at least, and pull them out to the bottom of this rim here, don't we? Yeah? So we need to select those 2, go back to the top, pull them over to that bit. Same with them ones, they need to be like kind of on the tip, don't they? Now these lines here, they're kind of like the top, aren't they? So they need to like match in with these bottom ones. So what we can do is initially start the guide with the bottom ones like that. Swing them over. And then we can basically just match the top ones into it, slightly indenting them in, you know what I mean? So that it creates a bit of a curve and not just a straight knotty edge. Yeah? And just come in, kind of eyeball them in, just so we've got a decent front end. Yeah, as you can see, we've kind of got a bit more better of a Batman front end. Obviously, come in, fine tune it a little bit, just like kind of make it work. Yeah, I would probably say these 2 need to come forward a lot more, don't they? We can probably adjust these 2 now. Now we've got that shape. I think we're on the money. Probably needs to come out a bit more up there, if anything. These 2 here want to go to more of the middle, and then we can come in, fine tune it. So we're kind of getting the Batman shape, aren't we? These 2 probably should be out here. I think we've missed them 2, haven't we? These 2 here actually need to be a lot more near the front. So if we put them there like that. So that what we can do now is press 2, select those 2, extrude on the X, and send them to the middle, yeah? And then we've got ourselves an idea of what the shape's going to be. What we can also do now is think about doing the same down here, can't we? We're going to leave that section out there. We'll just select these ones and leave that because we need to custom fill that one later. And what we need to do is the same thing. Extrude on the X, pull it to the middle so it clips, and then I'm going to show you an issue. If you select this and press G, it's not sealed because we extruded them separately, didn't they? So what we need to do is make sure that those two are glued together. So with X-ray mode selected, if we put a box over it, it will select both of them. If we press M to merge and then at the center, and come out of X-ray view to try and select the only one, and move it, we can see it's sealed. Yeah, you got to make sure you seal your corners when you do that. So now we've done that, we can also see we need some geometry down here, don't we? So if we put 2 bars of geometry in as well, and then we can like marry that in here as well, can't we? Yeah. So with our edge selection, if we make 2, so we've got 4 verts selected and press fill, we can then select the edge and just press F to fill in the rest of the geometry. Yeah. Now, with that done, we also need to like kind of pull out the nose of it, don't we? Yeah. That's fairly simple. All we need to do is, with our face selection, come up here and select these faces here. Now, when we do this, it's probably going to create like, let's try it. If we extrude it on the Y, we're going to have like a bit of an issue with the geometry there, aren't we? It's too close together. You could pull it into the middle or something, but it's just not ideal, that geometry there, yeah? So if we undo that, what we're going to do is send a loop cut down the edge here, just to help define that edge, yeah? So that when we do our selection for the nose, we can come in and just select like that area there, yeah? And then it leaves that little bit. So when we extrude it on the Y, kind of like, you know what I mean? It gives us a bit of a gap. And with that extruded, what we probably want to do now is scale it on the Y to the 0. Yeah? So that makes it nice and flat, and we can come into our side view, put our X-ray view on, and rotate it to like match the angle. Yeah? And if we give it a G just to like pull it up to that area, we know it wants to be up there, don't we? What we could also do is grab this one and just pull that to the floor, so that we've got like an idea of the length of it. Yeah? There we go. So now we've got our front end, we can see the rest of it's not really matching in, is it? So if we quickly just select this middle area here, and we just pump it up like that, come to your side view, put your X-ray on, you can see, if we hide this one, and we just hide that, we can basically see our top line there, can't we? We can also see it's a bit wonky, so if we give it a scale on the Z, on the 0, we can just pull it down, and then like rotate it to like kind of suit it. Just place it where you need it, like that. You can basically see the shape taking shape, can't you? We can see this bit here is a bit chunkier, so it might be worth just grabbing those two, sending them down, send them forward a bit, you know what I mean? And just kind of like make them work, you know what I mean? Yeah? So it's a lot more pleasing to the eye, you know? Even though it says it goes all the way up. So I feel like what we need to do is send these ones up, don't we? So if we grab those, or rather, it's just these ones, isn't it? Just the middle ones. If we send these up like that, we can start seeing what we need. Now, if we go to our verts, we need to match those in, don't we? So, if we just bring them up, check your reference. Yeah, you can see the miles off. So if we just marry them in like that, we can start to see, like, it makes sense, doesn't it? So, what we need to do now is probably do the same again. Come onto these, there, like that, and just scale the Z on the 0. Just to make them flat. Just check up on them, rotate them a bit. There we go. And we've got ourselves like kind of a flat top, haven't we? Yeah. So now we've got a flat top, what we can do is also round it off a little bit because it's not a completely flat surface, is it? So if we just grab that one, just find our view, we can like kind of bring it down and round it off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Might be worth doing the same for this one here as well. Do the same for these. This obviously needs scaling, doesn't it? So if we, what does it? No. So if we just select those ones for now, and we just scaled the Z to 0, and we rotate it to match like that, we know we've kind of got a lot better of a shape, don't we? Just pull those up to be a more consistent shape, yeah? What we can do then is grab these ones and just pull them down a little bit to like kind of make a cavity. Yeah, like a little dipper, and we can come in and we can just tidy up our wheel arch a little bit, you know what I mean? I feel like that one just wants nudging in. You can always come in later on anyway, can't you? So now we've done that, we can look at our front end. I bet that's been bugging you, hasn't it? So what we can do is just use GG to like kind of get it where we want it, bring that down, send it in a bit. I'm going to show you a little trick if we just make it a bit more visually understandable, using GG like this, so you can see what's going off. So now this is tidied up, what we can do with this front end is basically, what I'd like to do is select these edges like that. And what we need to do is inset it a little bit, yeah? And then what we can do is just delete the middle. If we delete those faces, we need to correct the mirror as well. So if we're just using the knife tool, it's a pain in the bum when you're in the knife tool. If we just cut in the mirror corrections like that, and just dissolve the edges that we don't need, like that. We can just delete that one, same as that one, delete that edge. We've basically emptied the middle, haven't we? So what we can do now, using the edge selection like this, we can see we've still got a vert left there, so always make sure that you dissolve any stray verts like that. What we can do is select that edge, can't we? And using an add-on in our edit tab called loop tools, which you can, if you don't know, obviously go to your preferences, your add-ons, and then you just drag and drop from the website and chuck them in. It's ever so simple. You can have this tool called loop tools, and it's an amazing tool. What we can do is if we click this, it will make that a circle for us. Yeah. So if you scale it down, then obviously because it's mirrored, you've got to like do a few self-corrections, but if you get it like roundabout, you know what I mean, like that, and we click circle, it's going to get us somewhat near it, isn't it? And what I did on the last one was I redirected a lot of this geometry as well. So what we can do now is using the GG tool, kind of like marry in the perimeter vertices, like kind of make them a bit more acceptable. And what we can see here is we need to cut in some geometry, don't we? So if we now press the knife tool and just cut in that rim around the edge, yeah, because we've kind of got like a step on it. We've kind of got like that step there, haven't we? So we've got to create that step. Now, with that geometry selected, we can start looking at things and thinking, wow, that really shouldn't go up there, kind of thing like that. So we can come in, kind of tidy some things up, and we can see we've got a triangle here, haven't we? So we can't be doing with triangles. So we've got to solve that issue, which is we can just delete, or dissolve rather, that edge, yeah? Which leaves us with that line there that needs carrying through. So if we come to the middle and just fired that into the middle, you know what I mean, like that, what we now have is our front rim, haven't we? So if we go to, if we select this, like the splitter section, shall we say, just that front bit there, what we can do is we can see it needs to come all the way out there, don't we? So if we just kind of marry that in for now, just give us an idea. Always check your geometry, what you're selecting. There you go. Yeah, we need to just pull that in like that. We've kind of got like a rudimentary shape that we need, don't we? If we go to our front view, we can also like start marrying in the depths. Now, looking at that image, this image is not ideal. We need to bring... So, what we can do now is we can better gauge this circle, can't we? So, if we press Alt and select that middle circle, we can see it's kind of miles off, isn't it? So, the shortcut 6, if we just scale it in and then pull the sides in, because we've got a mirror on, haven't we? We've kind of like almost matched it in, just about. So, if we check on it, we can see it's still reasonably flat. That's pretty good. But if we look at the top, we need to bring out this bottom one, don't we? It needs to come out all the way out to make that little box section. So if we just pull these out like that, we can see we've started to form that shape, haven't we? Now, if we bring it up, use our eyeballs, the blueprints are only a guide. They're not the law, you know what I mean? If we just push that one back a little bit. And we can start relaxing the geometry and tidying it up like this. So if you're constantly coming in and just keep checking up and tweaking your dimensions like that, we can see we're pretty good on that there, aren't we? That one there really needs sucking in, I'd say. If we suck this one in like there, we can start to get a feeling of what it's going to look like. Yeah? Probably should bring that one in down there like that, shouldn't we? Or should we? So with that done, we can see we just need to fine tune our little hole, you know what I mean? Bring it in, tidy it up. So just select a few of those, bring it in, tidy it up, you know what I mean? Match the shape. And what we can see, if we check our reference images, is we're pretty close actually. That's pretty much it, I'd say. Kind of probably just need to bring that bottom out a little bit more, I think. Give it a bit, give it more of a bottom lip, you know what I mean? But we are kind of like matched up to the drawings, so I'm tempted to leave it. I think it's this bit here, isn't it? That kind of needs to go further back. That's saying it wants to be wider, but these drawings obviously aren't bang on. We'll check it. Yeah, it kind of ruins it, doesn't it? So leave it like that. Well, you could say, yeah, but we're going to use GG to correct it so that it stays on the plane. I do feel like that needs to come forward a lot more. It's alright using blueprints, but at the same time, we're artists at the end of the day. You know what looks right, you know what I mean? So just trust your instincts, you know what I mean? So with that done, what we can do is select our area like that. We can satisfy our minds with an extrusion like that. If we scale that on the Y to 0, just to square it off and then press fill, we've got ourselves a manifold object now, haven't we? That's kind of like a little Batmobile. Awesome. So the next step we need to do, pat yourself on the back, obviously, is come around to this rear end. We need to correct a few things. Nice simple stuff. Obviously we've got no geometry here, have we? So what I'm going to do initially is we've got a triangle here. So the first thing I need to do is send that somewhere, you know what I mean? So we're going to send that up there, which means we can select that one and dissolve it. So we've got a nice square. Now what we need to do here is make some more squares, don't we? So what we can do is use the simple way of doing things, is we can delete that face, and what we can do is say, so what we can do is select those 4 edges there, yeah, press fill, and we've got like a quad there, haven't we? And we can just grab that edge, press F, and it'll leave us a triangle. So what we need to do is send in a loop cut here, don't we? So if we press Control R like that, extra geometry, only put it in when you need it. We can press F now, and it'll make some lovely quads for us, yeah? This is awesome. We need to do this for this half as well now. So if we delete that face, and do the same, grab 4 edges, or 4 vertices. If we switch it to 1, 2, 3, 4, we press F, yeah? Then go back to the edge mode, select that one, and just press F, 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 and we can see we're left with a triangle, can't we? Super annoying. Our only choice, really, what we've got to do is send that cut over there. I was hoping I could do it more cleaner, but I did this last time. It's our only way. And if we send this cut all the way around to create a complete loop, what we can do is just delete that edge, and then we can just fill this one, can't we? Yeah? So now that's complete. Try not to waste too much time. We can quickly drop a cut across here as well to make this a 4 as well, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we've got a 5 there, so we need to delete that face. So once that face is deleted, we can come in the rear end on this like boot section. Alright, select all of that, give it an extrude on the Y, send it down, scale it on the Y to a 0 to flatten it off. We've got ourselves like an inner boot thing, haven't we? If we just send it up a tweak, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it should be like that anyway. Just send it up a little bit. And then extrude on the Z to bring it down. Scale the Z to 0 to make it flat. And then just kind of eyeball it in to get it round about there. So that we can come in here and look what we need to do to fill this geometry in. If we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we need to add 5 loop cuts in to make it work now. So if we press Control R, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. We can now come in and just select that edge and press F, 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 F. Yeah? And as you can see, we've kind of like missed the mark, haven't we? It's not a problem. Just pull your vert forward like that, and then select the other one. And if we press M to merge at the first one, so that it comes across, yeah? We've basically got it sealed up, yeah? So what we can do on the bottom, if we press Alt and select the whole thing, we can just quickly press F to fill it. Just so that it's got something in it, you know what I mean? If we look here, it's not the best geometry, but for now, for the sakes of a completed episode that I've managed to do in 32 minutes instead of an hour, is quite impressive. So for the last 10 minutes, what we probably should do is like come in, tidy up this geometry, you know what I mean? So we don't want to sharp it too sharp there. And in the next episode, what we're probably going to do is work on the roof section, I think. If we work top down meticulously, because what I like to do is like pick a section a day if I'm having an hour. It's like today I'm going to do this tunnel here. Tomorrow I'll do the windows and all the intricate details. Next day we'll do the back wings and the wheel arches. You know what I mean? So if we take it a little step at a time, I hope you've enjoyed this. Doing it 3 times in a row should really warrant a like, but press the like button please, because I was broken. I was so angry. But the speed we've got this episode knocked out. It's probably gone too fast for you now, and you're like, oh, you've gone too fast. But don't worry. You can download the file on the next episode if you want to just like, you know what I mean? If your brain's just popped, just download the next episode file and come join us, and we'll make ourselves a Batmobile. Yeah? Awesome. So, thanks for watching. Press the like button. If you've caught up, check the next episode. See you later, people. Thank you. Bye. That was the horriblest outro. See you in a bit, lads. Cheers. And then he does like the stupidest wave at the end. In a bizzle.